Herkese selamlar. Ben Özgür Can Öney. Radyo Eksen'in YouTube kanalı için hazırladığımız röportajlar dizisine Big Special'la devam ediyoruz. Ve Big Special şu anda konser için burada. Hello guys, welcome to Turkey.
Selam.
Welcome to Istanbul. Selam.
Selam.
Biz Big Special.
Biz Big Special.
we just talking about how to talk some small basic phrases in Turkish actually. I have just 3 questions, but I don't know where the answers take us to.
That's fun.
I really wonder if there's a breaking point that you want to go on your life just for music. Is anything happen like that? Did you ever feel like, no, I'm going to quit everything and I'm just going to survive on music?
About 50 times.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
hard.
been about 16 years trying to like get professional and stuff.
What
like
was the
that.
first breaking point?
First breaking point was probably when we started Big Special, and just in the feeling that you know we felt like we were onto something at that point. And then it all happened pretty quick after that. We started gigging and we got signed pretty quick.
Uh-huh.
And I think as we got signed, it gave us like some confidence to think, oh, you know what, we can do this now. We just need to keep the momentum, just keep going. And yeah, that was the big one. And then maybe we went on tour with Sleaford Mods, who are one of our favourite bands, and that felt like a big breaking point for us, definitely. Yeah.
I think as well, like in terms of breaking point, we can't do normal jobs anymore. We need to be doing music. Obviously, it's a very hard thing to do when you have to pay the bills.
Yeah.
And we've had between us probably about 1,000 different jobs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it, but Joe was a barber. And despite all this,
It's a cool job actually.
he was a barber.
I was training.
Trainer. He's a labourer. Works on the bins. I've been a van driver. I've run bars. We've done everything. I've been a personal trainer. Just loads of other jobs to try and fill the void of making money and being creative. So you know, I played in wedding bands and
I used to make gravestones.
used to make gravestones. Yeah, very rock and roll. That is.
It's kind of interesting actually.
It's pretty punk. But now I think it's just one of them. We were trying to do other things because in our country as well, musicians aren't wanted. They don't give a shit about musicians. They don't want to help you.
Not encouraged.
Not encouraged.
Especially if you're working class, you're not encouraged to try and get above.
Actually, I read this article during the pandemic. I don't know, maybe 70% of the musicians quit their music jobs. And
I have so many mates who were musicians and were great musicians, and then at the end of the pandemic were office workers, were bar staff. They just gave it up.
Because we weren't professional before the pandemic, so we didn't have anything to quit.
Yeah, it didn't matter to us.
We started. We wrote in the pandemic, and
I was just going to ask that.
yeah.
For the professional musicians, pandemic time period was kind of disaster. Everybody quit their jobs.
Yeah.
Think about it's like you have a ship, you're a captain, but you can't sail. It's
Yeah.
incredible. So, but it's a kind of different situation for you because you were, as I read, you produced music. You did your debut in the pandemic time. How did it happen? How did you spend time in pandemic?
Did years of different like music beforehand. Did like folk music and rock bands and stuff like that. And it was a confidence thing really. I always wanted to do spoken word, but didn't have like the confidence to do it. And I just think that time in pandemic made me think like, you know, if I'm ever gonna try something new, it'll be now whilst I have this downtime to like come up with something new. So we just started working on stuff, and because we're in different parts of England and everything like that, we just did it. We did it remotely, and we'd send each other stuff, and it just came out of that then. And because we had so much time, we had a good like amount of work to come back with after the pandemic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So after when everything opened up again,
we were ready.
We were ready to hit the ground.
So it was a really productive time.
It was, yeah. It was bad. It was bad as well, you know, like for everyone, you know. But there was definitely a silver lining in that, which was being able to to work on this.
I think you can hear it in the album that it was written. There's a lot of there's a lot of quite hopefulness in the album and a lot of emotion in it, and I think that was felt globally. Everybody was just sitting at home hoping for something different, and I think it helped us in a way that we had that time and that strange situation to draw from. But yeah, as you're right, the whole album was written in the pandemic. We had about 20 songs by the end, so when we came out to gig, we had the plan. We already knew what we wanted to do. We didn't gig. We started working on it in 2020, but we didn't gig until 2022. We had 2 whole years of just working and focusing on the art.
So we had the whole album ready, not ready recorded wise, but it was all there, ready before we did a gig. So we could, once we started, we were just able to just go.
And we're really lucky. We know our manager, we met the team and everyone years ago. So everything sort of just formed around it, and everyone believed in it because they knew that it was coming from an honest place. And there's a lot of faith from our team, and that we're quite unconfident people sometimes, and especially when it comes to music and trying something new, it's quite scary. But having all the other professionals around us going, nah, it's good, keep doing that. It helps give us a bit of balls to keep going.
It's great to have that kind of inspiration and hear from people.
It's easy internally in the band. It's easy in the band to stay motivated because we just try and excite each other. We're trying to show off to each other. We're trying to impress each other. But then once you take that outside of the room and other people are listening, it gets a little bit nerve-wracking, So it took us a while to build our confidence, but I feel really confident now, and we're doing music that both of us believe in, which is more important, and that's, if people love it or hate it, we love it, and that doesn't matter, we love it, so it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks.
Great.
It's just very nice that other people have been enjoying it as well, do you know what I mean? But
great.
As long as we're having fun and we believe in what we're doing, I don't really care what other people think as much.
It's the beauty of the thing. When you sincerely express yourself and you have the attention, you have the audience, it's the best feeling.
It is, yeah, it really is. I've never had it before. I've done bands and projects and stuff that did okay, and we did some gigs, but I never believed in the art we were making. It's the first time I've been in a project where the art is like a full expression of me and Job, And we've been best friends for what? 13, 14 years, something like that. So to be able to have all this crazy stuff, to be standing here in Turkey with you and going abroad and doing our thing everywhere with my best mate, it's the best.
It's just great to have you here and
good fun.
We feel like we're still at the beginning really, and we're on like a minimum wage and doing this now, but it already feels like a success really, because we can earn a small but good living. But we're doing the thing we always wanted to do now. Like you say, best mates going around the world. Every day is like a new experience. So it feels good. I feel very lucky.
I think it's the best thing about making your own music and having this popularity, because you're doing what you love, and so it doesn't feels like a job actually.
No, it doesn't feel like work.
Because
that's actually fun.
Feels like work, but not like a job.
Jason from Sleaford Mods, we've become quite close now, and he told us some great advice. We did a tour with them last year, and he said to us at the time, he was like, it'll get to a point where it'll feel like work, but it's not work. It's not really work. Like, been getting up at 5 a.m. and doing 15-hour days forever on a real job. This isn't real work. This is a laugh. Do you know what I mean? This is and we're very privileged and very lucky to be able to live off having a laugh. You know?
It's great.
Professional laugh merchants. That's us, bro.
Last question is, I don't know. I really wonder about this, but you don't have to give any names. Inspirations. And how do you feed yourself while you're making music, creating? What's your inspirations on your instruments or artistic way?
I think it all comes from a lot of different places, like bands wise, the Sleaford Mods were a big inspiration. I think they showed people, musicians and working class creatives and stuff, like a different way of being able to make music and put yourself out there.
They broke the snobbery behind musical creativity for us. Like the fact that they don't need any other band. That was a real eye opener for us to be like, we want to do something like that. We want to be able to make this music but you feel restricted to have to find a guitarist, the bass player, a keys player, you know, everyone. Yeah. And we just thought it showed us that you can do, as long as you've made it and it's a creative expression. It doesn't matter what instruments it's made on. You know what I mean? So that was a big one for us, defo.
And then like stuff like, you know, all sorts of art, you know, like movies are a big inspiration, you know, and, especially now we put stuff together and
biggest music nerd, biggest film nerd you have ever met, is this guy here. Honestly, should have worked for Blockbuster. No, I don't want to have Blockbuster.
So maybe you can give three movie names.
Like favourite movies?
Yeah.
Just three in general.
3 movies I love. There Will Be Blood.
Yeah,
it's a good one. Another favourite film. Recently, there's a film I love called The Piano Teacher.
Yeah.
And School of Rock.
School of Rock.
Yeah. School of Rock.
There Will Be Blood. School of Rock.
It's a fun movie.
It's a great film. Oh, it's great. When you're a kid and you see that, it's like, I want to be Jack Black. The biggest part of inspiration I've found out recently is like, because we're getting to go out on the road and we're gigging and we're meeting all the other cool bands that are like, you know, in the scene. Seeing other bands live at the minute. I've seen more live bands than I've ever seen in my life in the last 2 years. And meeting people who are from a similar place of us, or just have a change of lifestyle like this, you know, that's very inspirational as well. Witnessing the music scene at the minute, especially in England, is very like welcoming. There's a lot of great bands out there, like Joy Hotel, Benefits, so many other people who've sort of just.
Actually, you're also sharing the stage with your idols.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like you said, Pixies. You're going to tour with them.
Yeah. Stephen Mudge, John Grant.
That's just the rest of this year, you know.
The
Doolittle album from Pixies is probably on both of our top 10, maybe around that. You know, brilliant album, and we're off with them tomorrow. We meet them tomorrow.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, it's very inspiring, and living this sort of lifestyle is very inspiring as well. Living out of a suitcase and sort of just being a bit lost to the wind. It's bringing a whole new perspective on life, which helps you write, I think, as well. Being able to go, you know, we can only write from this perspective theoretically until now. Like, imagine what it would be like to do this, and now we're off doing this. It's like, that's a whole different inspiration in itself.
I've dreamt about that sort of thing for like 30 years, so it's like, to be here doing it now, it's quite surreal.
Yeah. Very lucky. Happy boys, lucky boys, having a lot of fun.
Great. Last thing is, I don't know, what's the upcoming plans?
Just keep
working.
We'd say where we're from, we'd say cracking on.
Keep cracking on.
Means keep cracking on, just keep going. We're already working on album 2. We're touring a lot, you know. So we just want to make good albums and do good shows, and just do that for as long as we can.
We're basically on the road for the rest of the year. We're like, until December we're busy, and then when we get back, we're straight in the studio to keep working on album 2, which we're getting quite excited about now.
Yeah.
So just trying to keep being musicians and keep doing it. Do you know what I mean? Now we've got it, we ain't fucking letting go. we're not giving it up now. Do you know what I mean?
Pepsi sponsorship.
Apple, please.
Symbol endorsement.
I would like a symbol endorsement. That would be
drums would be alright.
Drums would be alright. There's a really good brand in Turkey actually that I've got my eye on at the minute. It's very, you know. I think Michael Jackson's drummer might use one.
Any words for Turkish fans?
Hey, we're excited to be here. We'll see you tonight. Salam.
Salam. Biz big special.
Biz big special. Salam.
Big special.
Salam.
Thanks for the interview, guys.
Thank you very much.
And that's all, folks.
Yes.
Bu hafta Radyo Eksen için röportajımıza Big Special'la yaptık. Daha başka röportajlarda görüşmek üzere. İyi akşamlar.
Biz Big Special.
Thank you.